My mother is exactly the kind of person who is absolutely obsessed with beauty. From the time I was a toddler just learning to walk, she never stopped pouring her truths about life into my ears. She told me, when you look for a partner in the future, you must find someone who is truly handsome and good-looking. Her reasoning was as simple as it could possibly be. At the very least, they should be like your father. Looking at that top-tier face, I find even a plain bowl of rice tastes better. And when a couple happens to argue, looking at that handsome face makes it impossible to stay angry for long. In short, absolutely do not find someone ugly, or I will kick you out of the house immediately. I was only 5 years old at the time, my soul like a blank sheet of paper, but my mother's teachings were carved deep within. Thus, I began my mission of scouring every corner of the military residential compound to recruit a husband for the future. However, at that time, no one had told me the obvious truth. A boy and a boy cannot get married. You are following this gentle story on the YouTube channel, Pride in Fiction. Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the sweetest romance stories. First, loves of life. From my earliest memories, my father's image was the gold standard. He was tall, with refined and sharp facial features. On his high, straight bridge of his nose sat a perfectly positioned mole, especially his peach blossom eyes, romantic and soulful, which, even to this day, make my mother head over heels in love with him. I believed my mother's words implicitly. So, 5-year-old me began the journey of finding my destined one. The first person to catch my eye was an elementary school boy living in the row of houses behind ours. I waited for him at his gate right as he finished school. Though only in primary school, he was already starting to grow into his looks. The cold, steadfast aura between his brows successfully captivated me. I didn't hesitate to rush forward and grab his hand tightly. Big brother, my name is Lin Zhixu. I live in the house right in front of yours. In the future, you must come and marry me. Hearing that, everyone around us was stunned. Who would believe a 5-year-old boy would propose to another boy in broad daylight like that? Seeing the bewildered face of my failed husband, I ran away in embarrassment. 2 days later, he brought me some candies after school. Innocently, I thought he was treating me so well because of my proposal. But before long, I bumped into another little heartthrob at the kindergarten gate. I was in the middle class, he was in the senior class. Looking at the direction he walked, he seemed to live in the same compound. His parents hadn't arrived to pick him up yet, so I reverted to my old habits, rushing up to grab his hand. Hello, I'm Lin Zhixu. Do you want to marry me in the future? The little boy was clearly startled, his bright eyes blinking repeatedly. He probably didn't understand what marriage meant either. He just smiled and nodded. I was overjoyed, holding his hand and spinning in circles. So, during the day I played with my friend at school, and after school, I shared snacks with the elementary school brother. Of course, I still hadn't given up on searching for even more handsome guys. At that point, I was still completely ignorant of the fact that two men couldn't marry each other. The appearance of the true, destined one. One day, new neighbors moved into our compound. A luxury car pulled up, the door opened, and a boy about my age stepped out. He was incredibly handsome. He had deep, sparkling eyes, and at the corner of his eye was a very charming tear mole. His nose was high, his mouth perfect, though he felt like he was the same age as me. His entire being exuded an unusually noble and elegant aura. This face, it hit my mother's hereditary aesthetic standards perfectly. I almost started drooling. The very next second, I charged directly in front of him. Hello, my name is Lin Zhixu. You must marry me in the future. Can we be together starting right now? I gripped his hand tightly. This was the most handsome face I had seen since the day I was born. No one else compared. Before the little boy could react, his mother stepped out of the car. Oh my, whose little master is this? You look so adorable. A beautiful woman with a stunning figure who looked barely in her early 20s looked at me and smiled. I bowed politely. Hello sister. I am Lin Zhixu from next door. The great beauty leaned down and ruffled my hair. Zhixu, you certainly have a silver tongue. But calling me auntie is fine. My family just moved in. We'll be neighbors from now on. Do you two want to go inside and play together? I was visibly delighted, as I had been worrying about how to strike up a conversation. Really? Thank you, auntie. I shook the little boy's arm and asked, "What's your name?" He didn't pull his hand away, only smiled slightly. "I'm Jiang Yinhuai." The sun had not yet set, and the golden afternoon light spilled across the ground. A light early autumn breeze blew his bangs across his forehead. The moment he lowered his eyes to look at me, time seemed to stand still. I thought to myself, this is it. This is the destined one of my life. I quickly said goodbye to Jiang Yinhuai's mother and practically dragged him into my house. I pushed open the door and saw my mother sitting on the sofa drinking tea. "Mom, let me introduce someone to you." My mother turned her head, saw Jiang Yinhuai, who was breathtakingly handsome, standing behind me. And her eyes immediately lit up. "Whose little heartthrob has wandered into our house? Why haven't I seen you before?" I proudly held his hand and introduced him. "This is Jiang Yinhuai. He just moved in next door. I want to be with him." My mother, of course, didn't think for a second that my being together meant romantic love. She just thought I wanted to be friends. "How old are you?" "Yinhuai?" Jiang Yinhuai wasn't shy at all. Instead, he behaved like a little old man. "I'm 6 this year. But I was born in November, so I'm 1 year older than Zhixu. In the future, I will look after Zhixu." My mother smiled so much her eyes became slits. As expected, for my mother, as long as it was a handsome guy, regardless of age, she became unusually gentle. "Mom, I don't need him to look after me," I protested huffily and dragged Jiang Yinhuai into my room. Inside, I talked incessantly about everything under the sun, mostly stories from kindergarten. Jiang Yinhuai just listened silently. I took out some ugly handicrafts I had made myself, and he ruffled my hair and praised me. The praise sounded so sincere that I became extremely smug. We played in the room for a long time until it was pitch black outside and Jiang Yinhuai's parents came knocking. When we went to the living room, the parents were chatting very animatedly. Yang's parents were also a match made in heaven in terms of looks, standing with my parents. It looked like a literal beauty pageant. "Zhixu, brother Yinhuai has to go home now. Wait until after school tomorrow to play with him again." I reluctantly held Jiang Yinhuai's hand, not wanting to let go. Yang's mother saw this and comforted me gently. "Zhixu, tomorrow I'm going to handle the enrollment procedures for Yinhuai. The day after tomorrow, the two of you can go to kindergarten together." Hearing that, I was overjoyed and hugged Jiang Yinhuai tightly. "That's great. I get to go to school with brother." The school years. Even though Jiang Yinhuai was a year older than me, because of his late birth month, he was placed in the same middle class as me. Despite having Jiang Yinhuai, I didn't abandon my old harem, the elementary school brother and the boy from the senior class. Every morning, Jiang Yinhuai and I went to school together. During recess, I would occasionally run to the older class to find that other friend. Jiang Yinhuai always followed me silently, but whenever he saw me playing with that friend, his expression didn't seem very happy. After school, I would go to the gate of the elementary school to wait for the brother who gave me candy. Seeing Jiang Yinhuai with me, he didn't say anything, but just prepared 2 lollipops instead of 1. Every time we left the candy brother, Jiang Yinhuai would hand his candy to me. "I don't like sweets. You eat it." So, I got them all. Because our houses were close, we frequently went to each other's homes to play. Eating dinner together was a common occurrence. The parents became best friends because of us. The year I turned 6, the boy from the senior class went to elementary school. I had no one left to look for during recess, but we still met occasionally on weekends. A year later, Jiang Yinhuai and I officially entered elementary school. Coincidentally, both the old kindergarten friend and the candy brother went to the same school. My smile nearly reached my ears. Who could refuse having 3 handsome guys revolving around them? Jiang Yinhuai and I were still in the same class, even sitting at the same desk. I looked at his face and giggled. "It's so good to sit with you." He ruffled my hair and smiled softly. "I think so too." The candy brother was now in 6th grade. After mapping out the location of his classroom, I frequently ran to the upper grade block. Jiang Yinhuai didn't find it annoying. Every time I told him I'd go alone, he would shake his head and insist on coming along. Thus, my schedule was packed. Mondays and Wednesdays for the second grade friend, Tuesdays and Thursdays for the sixth grade brother, and the rest of the time was spent with Jiang Yinhuai. The story is reaching an exciting turning point. You are listening to the story at Pride in Fiction. Leave a comment about your favorite character. The turning point of puberty. Everything went smoothly until the elementary school brother graduated and went to a private boarding school, coming back only once every 2 months. I was sad for a while, but then I thought that I still had Jiang Yinhuai by my side, so I moved on. Entering junior high, Jiang Yinhuai and I caused a stir as soon as we stepped into the classroom. More accurately, they were looking at Jiang Yinhuai. He began to hit a growth spurt, his facial features becoming sharper and more defined. His romantic, peach blossom eyes were as attractive as ever. Many girls wanted to sit with him, but Jiang Yinhuai just indifferently refused. Sorry, I only sit with Zhixu. I looked at the girls around us with wary eyes. Suddenly, I felt my position was threatened. During recess, I slumped over the desk and asked sluggishly, Yinhuai, why does everyone want to sit next to you? He was flipping through a book and paused for a second. I don't know. But the only person who can be next to me is you. Hearing that answer, my mood suddenly bloomed like a flower. I grabbed his hand and smiled brightly. I knew you were the best. We have to be together forever. I thought we would always be like this. Until 9th grade, the school opened a course on sex education and relationships. For the first time, I learned that a man can only marry a woman, and 2 men cannot. I realized with a shock how stupid my childhood marriage proposals had been. The way Jiang Yinhuai, the elementary brother, or the classmate treated me was probably just pure friendship. During the summer after the entrance exams, I began to keep my distance from my handsome friends. Previously, I would rush in for a hug as soon as we met. Now it was just a formal greeting. The handsome guys seemed to think I had grown up and learned some boundaries. Or perhaps in their minds, we were just friends all along. Even though Jiang Yinhuai and I were closer than anyone else, I still tried to treat him like a buddy. I reduced physical intimacy and stopped holding hands. Every time he tried to touch me, I used the excuse, it's too hot, to avoid him. Even though I saw he wasn't used to it, I knew that if we kept sticking together, problems would eventually arise. In the middle of summer break, we agreed to meet at the mall. Normally, the moment we met, I would give him a big bear hug and then hold hands as we skipped along. Seeing Jiang Yinhuai standing there, his hands slightly open as if waiting for me to rush in, I grit my teeth, held back my heart, and walked over slowly. Jiang Yinhuai stiffened slightly but said nothing. Walking beside him, I fought the urge to grab his hand, which was dangling near mine. I pretended not to see, looking at the sky and the ground. Haha, let's go, it's really hot today. He frowned and suddenly grabbed my hand tightly. I started to pull back, but he gripped harder. Zhixu, are you unhappy today? Not really, I stammered. Then why didn't you hold my hand today? Usually you run up to hug me, but today you didn't. Facing Jiang Yinhuai's questioning, my eyes avoided his. We are both boys. We shouldn't be like that. Like what? What's wrong with hugging? Jiang Yinhuai moved closer, his stunning face magnifying right in front of my eyes. My heart beat wildly. Save me. Why does he get more handsome as he gets older? I blushed and took a step back, but Jiang Yinhuai was quick to wrap his arm around my waist. Zhixu, didn't we grow up together? I nodded. Holding hands and hugging are habits from our childhood. We don't need to change just because we grew up. I was dazed. But shouldn't 2 men keep their distance? No need. This is a testament to our good relationship. Or does Zhixu not want to be with me anymore? Jiang Yinhuai's expression gradually became disappointed, his long eyelashes drooping in a pitiful manner. Damn it, why is he so handsome even when he looks hurt? I hurriedly lifted his face and frantically comforted him. No, I'll always stay with you. If this is a symbol of a great friendship, then we won't change it. I buried my head in Jiang Yinhuai's chest, and he ruffled my hair contentedly. Although I felt something was slightly off, I brainwashed myself. Right. We are just extremely close friends. This is normal. Secret feelings. For the rest of the summer, I went back to being stuck like glue. When he read, I sat leaning against his chest to read with him. He would cut watermelon and feed it directly into my mouth. My mother came into the room to bring juice and saw me lying in Jiang Yinhuai's arms like I had no bones. And she sighed. Look at you. You're about to be spoiled rotten by Yinhuai. How will you ever find a partner in the future? I hugged Jiang Yinhuai's waist tightly and stuck my tongue out at my mother. If I can't find one, then I won't. I have Yinhuai. Yinhuai is so handsome. Why would he ever want you? I looked up at his perfect face. It was true. Wait a minute. She's my biological mother. Why is she always siding with him? Mom, really, you should be on my side. Can't help it. Who told Yinhuai to be in the same beauty class as your father? My mother curled her lip and walked out. I glared huffily at Jiang Yinhuai. He smiled softly, a hard-to-detect spark of affection flickering in his dark eyes. I stared into those peach blossom eyes, mesmerized. Zhixu. His deep voice pulled me back to reality. I quickly lowered my head. Although the air conditioning in the room was cold, my face was burning hot. My heart beat so fast I couldn't calm down. Embarrassed, I dived under the covers, leaving only 2 eyes to observe him. Jiang Yinhuai sat on the sofa, his figure slender, the sunlight through the window coating his face like a painting. For the first time, a different kind of emotion arose in my heart. But we are both men. In high school, we were in the same advanced class. Actually, with my grades, I shouldn't have been able to get into that class. But thanks to Jiang Yinhuai tutoring me day and night, my scores soared. The day the results came out, my mother hugged Jiang Yinhuai and insisted on adopting him as her foster son. I felt a bit jealous and ran to Yang's mother to act spoiled. She also couldn't resist my pitiful face and insisted on adopting me as her foster son. I giggled, feeling like we should have just swapped mothers. At school, we were still desk mates. We went to school together and went home together. In 11th grade, Jiang Yinhuai participated in the International Mathematical Olympiad and won first place. His photo was proudly displayed on the school's Hall of Honor. From then on, the storms began. The whole school knew that Jiang Yinhuai was not only brilliant but also a massive heartthrob. Every recess, the classroom door was crowded with fangirls, and love letters were sent incessantly. Since I was the person closest to him, the girls started targeting me. Lin Zhixu, can you help me pass this to Jiang Yinhuai? Classmate Lin, could you please call Jiang Yinhuai out for a moment? I'd enter the classroom with empty hands, but after passing through the crowd, I'd be clutching a stack of love letters. I placed them on his desk. Jiang Yinhuai frowned. What's this? Love letters from the girls. Oh, they also asked me to tell you. Enough. Don't say another word. His expression darkened. Next time, don't accept them for them. Just refuse. I don't like it. I nodded dazed and threw the letters into the trash. I didn't know why, but seeing him refuse made me feel a secret sense of joy. But before one wave settled, another rose. They kept shoving letters into my hands. One day, because class was about to start, I temporarily stuffed the letters into my desk drawer. Jiang Yinhuai went to get water, and his pen ran out of ink. He reached into my drawer to find a replacement refill when a stack of love letters spilled out onto the floor. Jiang Yinhuai's face turned as black as soot. For that entire period, he didn't look at me once. I began to panic. As soon as the bell rang, he grabbed my wrist and dragged me outside. He took me to a secluded corner of the school and pinned me against the wall. A legendary Tibetan, but his expression was terrible, and the letters in his hand were crushed and wrinkled. Lin Zhixu, do you want to see me being confessed to that much? Do you absolutely have to help them pass the message? Have you ever thought about how I feel? His voice was trembling, even carrying a hint of a sob. He lowered his head, and I couldn't see his face. I was about to reach out to comfort him but then stopped. We are just friends. One day, he will marry some girl. I should be happy, but why did my heart feel like it was being squeezed tight? He shoved the mangled letters into my chest and left, shouting, "Don't follow me." It was the first time Jiang Yinhuai had ever yelled at me like that. I stood there dazed, tears on the verge of falling. We didn't speak to each other for the rest of the day. After school, he didn't wait for me. While I was lingering in the classroom, a girl walked in and handed me a pink envelope. Lin Zhixu. I like you. This is my heart. I hope you'll accept it. I was stunned. It turned out someone was confessing to me. Amidst my tangled feelings about man-man marriage, I thought maybe I should try to like girls. I took the letter. Thank you. I'll read it and answer in a few days. The girl had just left when I saw Jiang Yinhuai leaning against the door. He had returned at some point. His eyes were deep, containing emotions I couldn't read. He dragged me to his house, told his mother we were doing homework together, and then slammed his bedroom door shut. He pushed me onto the bed and pressed close to me. Do you like her? No. Then why take the letter? Why say you'd answer? I turned my head away, not daring to look at him. I just thought I should like girls. He gently turned my face back, forcing me to look into his eyes. My tears fell uncontrollably. I don't want to see you marry someone else in the future. I don't want to leave you. Jiang Yinhuai was stunned. Then he pulled me into his arms, his voice trembling. You idiot. I like you too. I've liked you for a very long time. Seeing you give me other people's love letters felt like a knife in my heart. I was afraid you only saw me as a friend. I was afraid you'd leave me for some girl. He lifted my face and placed a gentle but hungry kiss on my lips. The coolness from his lips made me realize this wasn't a dream. Zhixu, do you remember what you said the first time we met? You said I must marry you. In this life, I only want to be with you. I hugged him tightly, our hearts beating in sync. But men can't marry. Trust me, I will definitely marry you. That night, we lay together, exchanging the awkward but passionate kisses of youth. All misunderstandings vanished. A perfect ending. In 12th grade, I threw myself into studying like crazy so I could get into the same university as Jiang Yinhuai. He was always by my side tutoring me, taking care of me bit by bit. My mother saw this and thought we were striving for a future of noble comradeship. The day the scores were released, I scored 680 points, a true miracle. We both got into a prestigious university. During the celebratory dinner, Jiang Yinhuai decided to go public with our relationship in front of both sets of parents. I was shaking under the table, but Jiang Yinhuai held my hand firmly. Dad, Mom, Auntie, Uncle, we are in a relationship. Even though we are both male, we truly want to be together for life. Contrary to our anxiety, the four parents looked at each other and burst out laughing. My mother casually picked up a piece of meat. I thought it was something serious. We've known for a long time. Seeing the two of you helping each other study and improve, we had no reason to stop you. After you graduate, we'll hold a wedding. Even if you can't get a red marriage certificate, you must have the title. Jiang Yinhuai and I were dazed. It turned out all our battle plans were redundant in front of the sharp eyes of our beauty-obsessed parents. 4 years of university passed, and Jiang Yinhuai declared sovereignty on all fronts, from social media to the school news boards, making all surrounding suitors retreat. And then, a cozy wedding took place at a small chapel. Old friends, including the kindergarten friend who now had a girlfriend, all came to offer blessings. My father took my hand and gave it to Jiang Yinhuai. In his elegant black tuxedo, his hands trembled as he took mine. The marriage proposal from when I was 5 years old, Jiang Yinhuai finally made it come true. Under the witness of God and our families, we exchanged a vow and a kiss, officially becoming one family.